Have you ever spent hours reading lecture slides, textbooks, and journal articles, only to realize you still don't understand the topic? Or maybe you're setting assignments and your thoughts are, where do I even begin? Then today's video might completely change the way you study. In this video, I'm going to show you how Google LM can become your personal AI study partner, helping you understand your course materials, prepare for exams, and organize your assignments more efficiently. Now let's get started. The question is, what is Notebook LM actually? Notebook LM is an AI-powered research and study tool developed by Google. Unlike many AI chatbots that answer questions using general knowledge, Notebook LM focuses primarily on the documents you provide. That means instead of giving random answers from across the internet, it works with your lecture notes, the PDFs, the textbooks, the research papers, and other study materials. You should think of it as having a private tutor who has carefully read your course documents and is ready to answer your questions. Now, if you want to start using your Notebook LM, the first thing you do is you open the Notebook LM site, The first thing you do is to click Create New. You click Create New. Then our advice, when you click Create New, you should name your notebook. Create a new notebook and name it. For example, you want to name this notebook, let's say you're going to name this book Research Methodology, for example. Research Methodology, you click Done. So you have started your research methodology notebook. The next step is to upload materials. Maybe you have some PDFs, some e-textbooks, whatever study materials that you have in your computer that you want to study. Instead of you reading through it from page to page, if you feel you don't have the time and it will be difficult for you to start reading through all the volume, you can bring them into Notebook LM, and Notebook LM can enable you organize them, and answer certain questions that you want to know about those materials. So if you look at the left hand corner of your screen, there is something called Add Sources. So here you can add materials. You click Add Sources, you come to Upload Files. Let's say you have those materials in your downloads. You click Downloads. So you search for the materials you need. Let's say they are PDFs material that you downloaded. You quickly search for them. So you can put as many PDFs as necessary. I think up to 20 or so. So you click and add the materials you want to add. Let's say I'm adding all these as my study materials that I want to use. You click Open. So when you click Open, you see the materials are loading into your notebook LM. So you give it some time for these materials to load one after the other. So you see the ones that have loaded have the mark good on them. So you allow those materials to load carefully. After they have loaded on your research methodology, you can now begin to ask different questions. So it can be anything. It can be these materials can be something relating to your study textbooks or whatever materials you have uploaded. Then you begin to ask questions. Basic questions like explain this topic in simple language. Summarize this lecture in 5 key points. For example, all these PDFs I've added, let's say they are relating to a particular field of study, let's say they're relating to research, but these materials, I think they are just general material just for the purpose of this video. So let's say I just want to summarize and synthesize all the materials, all the literature uploaded, all the literature, and summarize in a simple to understand language. So you click, it begins to analyze, it checks through, it wants to bring out all the details that you require. So there are so many things you can do here. You can use it to write for your assignments. Let's say you are preparing for exams, for example. let's say you're preparing for exams, and these materials are in your PDFs that you have downloaded that you want to use to prepare for exams. Let's say your lecturer have sent you some PDFs you want to prepare for exams. You can come and then say, okay, create exam questions, create likely exam questions from these materials. So it search through the materials and they begin to create for you some likely exam questions. Give me a, MCQ quiz without showing the answers. Without showing the answers. Yeah. So it gives you, let's say you give me an MCQ, let's say give me 20, I'll specify, so give me 20 MCQ quiz without showing the answers. So it looks at the PDFs you have and then it generates the 20 MCQ quiz without showing you the answers. And when you are done, after you have answered the questions in your own sheet of paper, then you can now come again and say, okay, now give me the correct answers to these MCQ questions. So it gives you those, you see the MCQ questions are generated. So after you have answered the questions to the best of your ability, just to prepare for your exams and test your ability, when you are done, you can come back and say, now provide the answers to the MCQ to the MCQ. So it will now provide these answers so you can now check to validate if what you have done is wrong or right. So what Notebook LM can help you to do is to help you answer difficult questions. So you can say, use real life examples, use simple language to explain to me. So a student who is serious to study can use Notebook LM to be able to query, ask as much questions as possible. Can say, compare these two theories. Why is this concept important? Sometimes one clear explanation is all it takes for a difficult topic to make sense. You just seeing it from different perspectives. You just trouble it with as many questions as necessary. It won't get angry. It's not a human being. So it can easily answer your questions, as many questions as you will have to ask. So you can also use Notebook LM for assignments. So you upload your papers, your books, your PDFs, your e-copy notes that you have created. Then you upload it into the system and then you ask questions. You want to know, say, what are the major themes across these articles? Whatever it is that is required, that has been specified in your assignment brief, you just ask and then it generates for you. You can now use that as a guide, read through, and then answer the assignment question. So another good thing that a Notebook LM can do other than you preparing for your exam and your assignments is research. For researchers, students who are writing their projects, you are able to upload all your PDFs. For example, you have already downloaded certain materials, up to 20, 30, 40 PDFs that you have downloaded, and you want to write a project. You can come to Notebook LM, upload all like we have uploaded, then you begin to ask Notebook LM to summarize each article, compare the findings of these papers, meaning these findings, let's say you have downloaded these materials in an area like, let me say, entrepreneurship. Notebook LM isn't a shortcut to success. It is a tool that can help you study more efficiently, organize your research, and understand difficult concepts more quickly. The real learning still comes from your efforts, reading, thinking, critically practicing questions, and engaging with the material. If you combine those habits with a tool like Notebook LM, you will be giving yourself a much stronger foundation for exams and assignments. I repeat, a good student is someone who is inquisitive, who is asking questions, who wants to know. What makes you a smart student is your inquisitiveness. You're inquisitive, you want to know, the quest to know. It gives you questions in your mind. So instead of you asking humans that doesn't have all the answers, these materials, this AI chatbots, it helps you to learn quickly and learn and understand better, because it gives you explanations in a language that you can understand. Now, if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with a fellow students who could benefit from studying smarter. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in the next video.